Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is all about Disney. My Disney tips and tricks. I pride myself, okay, sorry, I have to get rid of this. I pride myself on doing Disney on a very tight budget. We love to do Disney. We do Disney every year. And for our family, the way we can do that is to do it on a very small budget. We've been going since my oldest was 2 and he is now 10. So we've gone every single year since then. And my very cheapest price of going to Disney ever was $1,700. And that's including our flights, our Disney tickets, our condo, car rental, all of it. $1,700 to do Disney. Unheard of, I know. I can't remember how many days of Disney we did. I don't think we did all 4 that time, but it was still at least 2 or 3 days of Disney. And then our most expensive is $2,500. And that's with everything included as well. The first thing I do when I get ready to book a Disney vacation for our family is I look up flights, because the price on the ticket determines for our family when we can go. So I will always check all the flights first. What I do is I'm gonna be glancing down because I have some notes right here, so it keeps me on track. I will check, my 2 favorite sites are Frontier and Spirit. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like them just because they do charge for your luggage and your seats, but honestly, it's still extremely affordable for our family to use those because I still get really cheap tickets. Frontier, I can only use at a certain season because they don't do direct flights from where we're from, which is in Kansas City, Missouri, to Orlando. And so the prices do go up when they don't do direct flights. So, but Spirit usually all year round does direct flights, and I can usually find some really good deals on there. Right now I'm in the planning process of like looking at flights and things like that when we want to go to Disney. Spirit has some really, really good prices. Right now, I want to say they had some seats and everything. It was it $36 one way? So both ways, you would pay $36 to get there and $36 to come home. And then with our luggage and our seats and everything included, it was like $470 for all 4 of us to fly round trip to Disney, which to me is super cheap. I don't know that I've ever seen any flights cheaper than that. I lie. I have gotten them cheaper than that, but it was years past. I do have to say though, it is getting a little harder to get Disney. I don't know if I said this already, but I try to make Disney cheaper every single year. And it's getting a lot harder to do that because Disney prices of to go into the park are just skyrocketing. Every single year they go up and up and up. So it's getting harder, but I do still do it on a really good budget. So back to flights. So I usually will do Frontier or Spirit, whichever one has the cheapest flights, and depending on when we go in the year. So with Spirit, you do have to pay for your checked bag. So for our entire family, I can fit all of our clothes and everything for the entire week in one bag, and it only weighs 40 pounds. I am a very, very light packer. With that, I do have to say that anywhere we stay, I make sure that there's a washer and a dryer so that I don't have to pack for 9 days total. Like I can pack for 4 or 5 days, and then we can wash our clothes and reuse them. So that is how I get all of our stuff. And then also you do get 1 personal item per person. So each person will have a backpack to pack whatever they want in those backpacks. Usually the kids will have little activity things to put in there to keep them occupied on that flight, or snacks, things like that, whatever. We'll put it in the bag, in their personal bag, so that doesn't have to go in the luggage. That is how I get really cheap flights. And I do a lot of research, you guys. I'm kind of a research nerd when it comes to vacation. I love to do that. I know it stresses a lot of people out, but for me, I'm just like, oh, give me all the sites and I will look it up for days upon days upon days to look for the cheapest flight possible. And I also sign up for emails from Frontier and Spirit so that I get like each email, they'll tell me, oh, we have 75% off flights this day or 35% off this day. So whatever it is, I do get those emails probably bi-weekly, maybe tri-weekly they come. I don't know, pretty frequent. Sometimes I just ignore them when we're not like in vacation mode and not planning or anything, but they're really useful when we are starting to plan. So that's the first thing I do. So that kind of determines when we go, the dates that we'll be at Disney, to figure out like what the cheapest flights are. And that's how we book the days of our vacation. And then after I book our flights, then I look at Disney.com and I look at the prices per day. Side note, this is Disney World. I've never done Disneyland. So sorry, these are only tricks and tips for Disney World. So I will go and I will look at Disney World prices, and within the days that we are flying there, each day is different pricing. Disney prices their days on kind of like the highs and the lows of, if it's a very high traffic day, then the prices are going to be more expensive. If it's a low traffic day, they're going to be cheaper. So I will look within the time frame that we're flying, like the day that we fly there and the day we fly home. And then I will look what the cheapest day is. And I usually will get their 4-day Disney pack, which is the cheapest option, because the more days that you buy, the cheaper the actual, like the day of Disney is. So right now they are running a special for a 4-day Disney pack, and it's as low as $84 a day. So I will look at the Disney calendar and I will see what is the cheapest day, and I will pick that day, and we have to use our 4-day Disney pass within 7 days after the first day that I pick. So that's how I try to get those the cheapest. That is actually the bulk of our pricing usually, is the Disney tickets. They can be anywhere from $1,500 to $1,700 for 4 days of Disney for all four of our family, for all four of us in our family. So after I get Disney tickets, I then search for our condo, and I usually will do TripAdvisor, because it's like the cheapest that I have found out there. We don't normally do hotels, because we do stay for anywhere between 7 to 10 days. So I don't want to be stuck in a tiny little hotel with both of my children, and I just don't. Although we're not there a lot, but when we are there, I don't want us to be on top of each other. So we usually always get some sort of condo or something like that, and we don't stay on site. That is another thing. If you want to stay and you want to do the entire Disney experience and you're wanting to do a Disney resort, I am not your girl. Sorry, we don't ever stay on site. I do want to do that someday, just for the, I don't know, experience of it, but we don't always do that. So, or we've never done it actually. We always stay off site, and that's how we keep things on a budget for us to go every single year, and it's just worth it for us. So no hotels. It needs to have a kitchen. I will do grocery shopping while I'm on vacation. Usually the first day we get there, we check into our condo, we unpack, and then I go grocery shopping for the week. I'll usually try to find an Aldi, Walmart, something like that. And I will do all of our grocery shopping. So that is for lunches and dinners that we take to the parks with us. That's how I save a little bit of money there, is we don't eat at the parks every day, because you can spend hundreds upon hundreds of dollars if you're eating at the parks every day. I can promise you that. So I need our condo to have a kitchen so that I can prepare and cook or whatever I need to do. A lot of times when we go to the parks, we'll take sandwiches, tuna, whatever, easy stuff for the kids. The Go-Gurt things, I'll freeze them and then take them to the parks, and then they can thaw out throughout the day. Little applesauce pouches, whatever. Easy access things that are fairly cheap. That's what we do for Disney. And what else did I have on here? Don't stay on property. I said TripAdvisor, right? I can get us a 2 to 3 bedroom condo. Sometimes we have our own personal pool and hot tub and everything. So it's really nice. And we pay anywhere between $500 to $700 for the entire week. I don't feel like that is too terrible of a price, especially if you're looking at hotels and things like that. It can get pretty pricey. That's another chunk of our money. It goes to the condo. And then the last thing that I will book is our car rental. Since we don't stay on property, we won't have shuttles that take us from our condo to Disney. And we also, because we'll stay there for like 10 days. So we do Disney 4 days of it, and we'll go to the outlet malls or whatever. We just kind of roam around, and we like to do our own things. So we always get a car rental. And I have to do a lot of research with my car rentals. I will go to carrental.com. Alamo usually has some pretty good deals. Hotwire does sometimes. You can get some fairly inexpensive car rentals there. but lots and lots of research. So the first thing I will do is I will look at all those sites and I will find the cheapest car for the week that we're going to be there, and I will reserve it. But I will make sure that when I reserve it, I can cancel if I need to without any penalties. So I will reserve that car, but I keep checking back. A lot of people think the further out you reserve your car, the cheaper it's going to be. But I have found that it's cheaper the closer it is to your vacation. So I will find the cheapest, I'll reserve it, and then I'll just keep looking back. And if I find something cheaper, I will cancel that reservation and re-reserve another car. And then it just keeps going. So I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but it's worth it for our family just because, like I said, we have to do it on a budget to go there every year. Sometime it would be nice if we could just, spend thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars at Disney. But right now we can't do that. So that's how we keep it on a pretty tight budget. It does take some time, but like I said, totally worth it for us. I have gotten questions of like, what do you need? Is this really worth it? Do you have to have that to be at Disney? Do you not? What are some of the things that you don't need? And I will say, with our family, we take one day that we will do all the things and we will spend all the money within reason. I do have to say within reason, but so we'll take one day where we will eat at the parks. We'll eat at Chef Mickey. We will get the kids that can have the churros and the Mickey ice cream and whatever, we just pick one day that we're going to do all those. But then, like I said earlier, I do a lot of grocery shopping. So we save there. And so I'm not spending a ton of money on meals every single day at restaurants in Disney. So that is one thing that we save on. So you can bring food in. They don't outlaw it. You can bring all the treats and the snacks that you want, and it's totally okay, 100% legal. Another thing is Park Hopper. I get questions about, is it worth it? Is it not? And honestly, it depends on the person. For us, Park Hopper is not worth it. We did it one year and we have found that we love to just do it by one park a day. It just is less stressful for us. We just know that this is the park that we're going to, and we can come home to our condo in the middle of the day if we want to rest and whatever, and then we can go back in the evening. That is my take on it. I don't think Park Hopper is worth it, but that's totally up to you. And I don't know, it's just a personal preference. For us, it's not worth it. Another thing is magic bands. Are they worth it? I'm gonna say absolutely 100% yes, they are. I love the magic bands. They only last, I want to say 4 or 5 years. I can't remember. So we bought all brand new ones last year, but like I said, they last for 4 or 5 years. So if you are staying on property, I think you get these for free. I think. So if you're staying on property, just make sure, but I'm almost positive you get these for free. And also you definitely want these if you're staying on property because these can get you into your room. You can pay with these. You get into the parks with these, everything. So definitely worth it. Your fast passes are all on your bands. So I just personally, I like them. They're easy. I don't have to keep track of the little cards. If the people are taking pictures of you, they just scan your bracelet and all your pictures are loaded on here. So yes, 100%. I think these are totally worth it. The kids were excited because I let them pick like little character ones last year. Malachi got Guardians of the Galaxy. Josiah got Spider-Man. Jamie and I, my husband and I, we just picked just basic. He got dark gray and I got pink. My battery died, but I am back. Okay, so what I was saying is, yes, I think these are worth it. No, personally, I don't think that the Park Hopper is worth it. I don't think it is worth it to eat at the parks every single day, so that's why I go grocery shopping. But I do like to experience it a little bit, so we do pick one day where we will do Chef Mickey, and then we can eat at the restaurants at the park or whatever we want to do. The Mickey ice cream is the best. I don't know why. It doesn't taste any different, but it just is Disney, so it's wonderful. So those are my tricks and tips. I hope that you guys like this. If you did, would you guys go ahead and give it a thumbs up below? If you have any questions at all, I would love to help you out. A lot of my friends keep telling me I need to be a travel agent, and I would love to, but my thing is I want to do it on a budget. I think it's fun to try to find the cheapest, but yet I don't want it to be scummy either. So I like to enjoy myself and I like to have the nice things, but definitely on a budget as well. So if you have any questions at all, please leave them below and I will answer them. But thank you guys again for watching this video, and thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and we will talk to you next week. Bye guys.